Okay friend, let's start today's discussion. So the first important topic of 5th May 2022 is Modi holds bilateral talks with Nordic leaders. So we all know that our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has scheduled his 3 days visit in 3 European countries, from 2nd May up to 4th May, the duration of visit. So on 2nd May, Modi visited Germany, and then on 3rd May, Modi visited Denmark, and the last day, that is on 4th May, Modi visited France, and on the same day, he returned to India. So we have already covered the key points about the discussion between our Prime Minister and the German Chancellor. We have already covered the key points of discussion between our Prime Minister and the Prime Minister of Denmark on 2nd May. Next, after have a conference with Prime Minister of Denmark on 3rd May, our Prime Minister has scheduled a meeting with the leaders of Nordic countries. These are the leader of Nordic countries. So what are the Nordic countries? So Nordic countries are these 5 countries: Finland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Iceland. These 5 countries are called Nordic countries. Why? This is adjacent to the North Pole, as well as these countries shares nearly same culture, same language. That's why these 5 are called Nordic countries. So our Prime Minister has a separate meeting with each of the prime ministers of the Nordic countries. So first, Mr. Modi, who arrived at Copenhagen, Denmark on Tuesday from Berlin on the second leg of his visit to 3 European nations, met the 4 Nordic leaders on the sidelines on the second India-Nordic summit in Danish capital. So there are 5 Nordic countries: Sweden, Iceland, then Finland, then Denmark, and Norway. So already our Prime Minister had completed a meeting with the Prime Minister of Denmark. Now separately, Modi sit with each of the Prime Minister of these 4 Nordic country, that is Finland, Sweden, Norway and Iceland. So he began his day by meeting Norwegian counterpart Jones Gaard Store. Our talks include furthering cooperation in sectors such as the blue economy, clean energy, space, healthcare and more. Norway is a key pillar of India's recently announced Arctic policy, Mr. Modi tweeted. So Modi discussed with the Norwegian Prime Minister about blue economy, clean energy, space, healthcare and more. Also, Norway is a part of India's and recently announced Arctic policy. So these are the key discussion point about Prime Minister Modi and the Prime Minister of Norway. Now, what is blue economy? Blue is related to water, sea water. So what is blue economy? According to World Bank, the blue economy is the sustainable use of ocean resource for economic growth, improved livelihood and jobs while preserving the health of ocean ecosystem. So economy related to the ocean sea, related to the ocean ecosystem, but in a sustainable way without harming the preservation of ocean. Improve the livelihood, improve jobs, resource of economic growth relating to the ocean is called the blue economy. So blue economy is a part of the discussion. Then Arctic policy. What is Arctic policy? From the name you can assume this is related to the Arctic point, the North Pole. So India has a Arctic policy also. So what is Arctic policy? So Arctic policy of India is, I will discuss Arctic policy later. First see the next meeting. So Modi also had a meeting with Swedish counterpart Magdalena Andersson, during which they discussed ways deepen bilateral ties and the progress in the joint action plan. We discussed ways to deepen bilateral cooperation in key sectors like security, IT research, innovation. Okay, so these are the so security, IT research and innovation. These are the key factors discussed between our Prime Minister and the Swedish Prime Minister. Then after that, Modi met with the Iceland Prime Minister. Okay, Miss Katrin Jakobsdottir, and Mr. Modi lauds Mr. Jakobsdottir's personal efforts at promoting gender equality and briefed her on India's advance on the issue, the External Affairs Ministry said. And finally, Modi already met Norway, then Sweden, then Iceland, so finally Finland. So Modi also meet his Finnish counterpart, means the PM of Finland, Sanna Marin, and discussed ways to further cement bilateral ties in trade, investment, technology, culture and other sectors. So it's a very important discussion point between India and the 5 countries. Okay, mainly about the clean energy, mainly about the global warming, mainly about the trade, bilateral trade, research, IT sectors. Okay, these are the important point in their discussion. Also about investment, technology, sharing, okay, culture it is. Now come to the point, Arctic policy of India. What is the Arctic policy of India? So there is a nodal body. India has designated Goa-based National Center for Polar and Ocean Research to lead scientific research. Okay, it is under the Ministry of Earth Science. This office has under Ministry of Earth Science and headquarters is Goa. So National Center for Polar and Ocean Research are researching on North Pole and South Pole. They are responsible to research in North Pole and South Pole. Again, polar and ocean research, polar as well as ocean research also. Now, objective of this body is promoting scientific study of Arctic. So, orient the curriculum of earth science, biological science, geoscience, climate change and space related program. Okay, so these are the main thing: biological science, earth science, geoscience, climate change. On these issues, they mainly do their research. Okay, and planning exploration. Exploration means maybe oil can be found there, maybe other minerals can be found there. Okay, in the polar region, formulating effective plans for Arctic related program for mineral and oil and gas exploration in petroleum research institution. So these are the thing done by this body, National Center Polar Ocean Research, in the polar area as well as in the ocean area, as well as promoting Arctic tourism. So our government is planning to start tourism in the polar region, in the Arctic polar, North Pole region. Okay, so encouraging tourism and hospitality sectors by building specialized capacities and awareness by engaging with Arctic enterprises. Okay, so what is the Arctic Circle? This is the Arctic region. Okay, and this is North Pole, and the countries like Finland, Sweden, Norway, then Iceland. Okay, then Greenland under Denmark, then Canada, then Alaska under United States, as well as Russia. Some part of this country are included in the Arctic region. Okay, so in our Arctic policy, these are our partner: Finland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland, as well as Denmark. They are our Arctic policy partner. Okay, so this is the thing related to the Arctic policy of India, and these are the key major issues discussed about our Prime Minister with the other 4 Nordic countries. Okay, now after completion this program, Modi on May 4, means the last day of meeting, Modi moved to France. Okay, so on May 4 Modi visited France. So this is the newly elected president of France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron. Okay, so it is not, this visit of France is not like visit of previous 2 visit of like Germany and Netherlands. Okay, because in Germany and Netherlands, our Prime Minister has engaged many times in meetings, conference, okay, meetings with businessmen, meetings with stakeholders, meeting with other political other political leaders, okay, also involvement of our external affair ministry as well as our defense ministry, signing various agreements, signing various treaties, trade deal, all are happened in previous two country meeting with Germany and Netherlands, as well as Modi has spent many times with the Indian diasporas in the Germany and Denmark, okay. But in France, Modi spent a very few times, because on the same day Modi returned back to India. The main purpose to visit France is to congratulate the newly elected, second time newly elected President of France, Emmanuel Macron, okay. This is his main purpose. So, but still our Prime Minister has discussed some important issues in a short time with the President of France, okay. So Modi, who was in Paris for final leg of his tour, held extensive talk with French President Emmanuel Macron, who was re-elected to the top post over a week back. He discussed with Macron issues bilateral and mutual interest as well as regional and global development amid Russia's aggression in Ukraine. So Macron held a tete with Mr. Modi. Tete means private meeting, personal meeting, means there is no media interference. Before the delegation level talks at the Elysee Palace, the official residence of the French President. Okay, so what are the key point of the discussion? Advanced trade and investment ties, forged new green partnership, promoted collaboration for innovation and skill development, strengthened the spirit of cooperation with our European partners. So these are the things, okay, trade, then investment, then green partnership. Green partnership means India is slowly become independent from the fossil fuels and slowly become dependent on renewable energy. Currently India is producing electricity 40% from reusable energy and 60% from the fossil fuel, okay. So India need more and more investment, okay. So that's why that is a partnership called green partnership, okay. So and collaboration of innovation or skill development, okay, then strengthen spirit of cooperation. So these are the major topic discussed in a short time between our Prime Minister and the President of France. So this is the whole day cover up of Modi's visit of Europe, okay. Now move to next topic. A very important topic, RBI surprises with 40 BPS rate increase amid inflation alarm. What is this? So, India's inflation. So, what is the topic? RBI surprises with 40 basic point, 40 BPS basic point rate increase amid inflation alarm. So there is an inflation alarm. So RBI knows that inflation is coming. So RBI increased the 40 basic point. Okay. So what is actually the news? I will discuss later. First, we should know what is inflation and how RBI controls inflation, and the procedure of controlling inflation will be the answer of this topic. RBI surprise with 40 BPS rate increase. Okay. So first know what is inflation. So we all know what is simply inflation is the increase of price of goods and services. Okay. Goods means the thing we can touch, any material, and service means the service provided. Suppose someone provide you security service, someone provide you financial service, if you go to restaurant, someone provide you the restaurant service, then teaching is a service, okay, this type of service. So increase of price of goods and services is called inflation. And how we can measure inflation? We always measure inflation with respect to the previous year, okay. Inflation is not measured in each month, we if we want to know the inflation, current inflation, then we have to see what was the inflation on the same day previous year. Okay, so inflation is always calculated with respect to the previous year. So, and what are the index to calculate the inflation? That is consumer price index. That is consumer price index. So by consumer price index we can calculate the inflation. Okay, so what is consumer price index? I will discuss later. First we know what is inflation. So currently inflation is 6.95%, and what is the RBI tolerance? RBI set an upper limit of 6%. So RBI always try to control inflation within 6%, but currently the inflation is 6.9%. If you move to this website, you can easily cross check the value. So it is the website of Ministry of Statistics Program Implementation, and they are saying that 6.95% is the consumer price index March 2020. So this is the actual inflation. Okay, and here also they are saying 8.9% is the gross domestic product, GDP. And if you want to check how this 6.95% came, that also you can check by going this press release by the ministry. Okay, here from this table you can calculate the, so here it is given, just look at here, rural, urban and combined. So rural area of India, urban area of India and combined. So we will look the combined. Here is March 21 inflation is given here, and March 22 inflation is given here. So here it is given as, like, take a product like cereals and product. So in cereals category, the value of inflation index was, consumer price index was 144.1, and it become 151.2 in March 22. So what is 144 and 151? Government of India set a base of 100 in 2012. Means in 2012 the price of this product was 100. Okay, this is the baseline in 2012, and from then we are calculating the increase. Okay, so in 2021 the value of cereals become 144.1, and in 2022 it become 151.1. So if you check, if you calculate it, you can calculate the inflation of 4.93% of value of cereals only. Okay, so there are many categories product. Okay, so finally general index, all group it will show you the inflation of 6.95%. Okay, so 167.7 minus 156.8 divided by 156.8 into 100 will show you the inflation 6.95%. So this is the calculation of inflation. Now, so increasing general price level of goods and services are in inflation. So what are the cause of inflation? We all know, increase in demand, but supply is remain same. If supply is not increased as per demand, then availability of that product will decrease in the market, and it resulting the increase of the value of that product, resulting inflation. Okay, simply inflation. There are also other reasons about inflation. Okay, but this is the main reason of inflation. So if the demand for a commodity exceeds its supply, then the excess demand increases the price of the commodity. Also, if the price of the factor production increases, the price of the commodity increases to the common cause that led to inflation. So one reason is increase in demand, but there is no increase in supply. And another reason is, if the production cost of the material is very high, then automatically the material will, the price of the material become very high. Okay, so that is another cause of inflation. So how RBI controls inflation? How RBI controls inflation? Look at step by step. So before so before how RBI control inflation, we should know what is repo rate. Okay, what is repo rate and what is reverse repo rate. If we understand what is repo rate, we can understand how RBI controls inflation using this repo rate. Repo rate is the weapon of RBI to control inflation. Okay, so what is repo rate? So first look at the thing, commercial bank, any commercial bank like State Bank, like Axis Bank, like any other bank, they borrow money from RBI. So if they have shortage of currency in their bank, so they will borrow money from RBI. And how they can borrow money? They have to deposit securities and assures repurchasing. Okay, so they will deposit their securities and the value of securities will be the same value of the amount of loan taken by the commercial bank. So equal amount of securities will be deposited to the RBI, and they have to promise to the RBI that after completion of the maturity they will purchase the security from RBI. So when they purchase the securities from RBI, the loan amount will be cancelled. Okay, so in this way commercial bank take loans from RBI. First they deposit securities of the same amount of loan, then they purchase the securities from the RBI. This is the thing. But after taking loan from RBI, RBI will charge some interest. RBI will charge some interest from the bank. Okay, because they have taken loan, so always will be an interest. So the interest charged by RBI from commercial bank is called repo rate. So what is repo rate? When commercial bank take loan or borrow money from RBI, RBI will charge some interest against that loan. It's similar that commercial bank will charge interest from the public. It is similar that RBI will also charge an interest from the commercial bank, and that interest is known as repo rate. Okay, now commercial banks borrow money from Reserve Bank of India by selling securities or bonds with agreement to repurchase the security on a certain date at a predetermined price. So RBI always gives money or always give loan to commercial bank for a certain time period, not from 5 years, 10 years. Okay, there is a certain time period of the loan, maybe 1 day, maybe 1 week, maybe 1 month, maybe 15 days. Okay, not many days. Okay, and in that period of time RBI will charge some interest, that is known as repo rate. And to take the loan from RBI, the bank has to deposit some securities and bonds, which is also called as collaterate. Okay, at predetermined price. The rate of interest charged by the central bank, means RBI, on the cash borrowed by commercial bank is called repo rate. Okay, so this is repo rate. Now how RBI controls inflation with this repo rate, I am telling you. Suppose RBI will charge very high interest rate from the commercial bank, means high, the repo rate is very high. In that case bank will take minimum loan because they have to pay very high interest rate. So bank will take minimum loan from RBI, as least as possible loan they will take from RBI. Okay, and similarly bank will charge a high interest from the public also, because bank has to pay high interest, so they will charge high interest from the public also. So thus public will also take very less amount of loan, as least as possible amount of loan from bank. Okay, so if public has less money in his hand, they will buy less product, they will buy only urgent product, very essential product. Okay, that's why the product the availability of products in the market will not be reduced. Okay, as the availability of the product of the market is not reducing, so the price of the product, okay, will not be increased. Okay, So in case of inflation, where inflation is running in the country, what RBI will do, RBI simply increase the repo rate. So bank will take minimum loan from RBI, then public will take minimum loan from bank, and public will buy minimum product, and after buying minimum product, the inflation will automatically reduced. Okay, so in this way, bank through repo rate control inflation. And again, if the inflation is very less, inflation is less than the minimum, then the balance amount, if the inflation become very less, again what RBI will do, RBI will reduce the repo rate. Then bank will take more and more loan from RBI, then public will also take more and more loan from bank, because public knows that they have to pay less interest. Then public will consume many as much as product from the market, because they know that the value of this price is reduced, so they consume more. If they consume more, then the available product become less, and it will cause again inflation. So this is a balance way, this is a cycle. By reducing and increasing the repo rate, RBI always control the inflation in the market. So currently what RBI has done, RBI simply increased the repo rate by 40 basic point. Means the previous repo rate was 4%, means the interest rate was 4%, and for interest rate means the RBI charged the interest, that repo rate interest is 4%, but currently the interest become 4.4%. Okay, so the increase in repo rate, the rate at which RBI lends to commercial bank, to 4.4% from a record low of 4%. So since nearly the total 2020-2021 total year, the repo rate was 4%, but currently RBI assumed that there is a inflation is coming. So to control the inflation, RBI already increased the repo rate to 4.4%. The last time RBI increased its repo rate is here in 2018. Okay, so it's first since August 2018. Okay, and the graph shows repo rate since May 2017. Okay, so from 2018 continuously the repo rate was reducing and again constant, and finally in 2022 the repo rate increased. Okay, so he is the governor of RBI, Shaktikanto Das. Now, so this is the way RBI controls inflation, and current repo rate is 4.4%. Now what is reverse repo rate? So similarly, sometimes RBI borrow money from bank. Okay, just like bank borrows money from RBI, RBI also borrow money from bank. RBI borrow money means if bank has surplus amount, they will deposit the money to RBI. Okay, and similarly RBI will give some interest to the bank, and that interest is known as reverse repo rate. Okay, and the reverse repo rate is slightly less than repo rate. Okay, so now there is another tool used by RBI that is known as standing deposit facility. Okay, it is similarly like reverse repo rate, standing deposit facility. If bank has surplus amount in their account, okay, so what RBI has done, RBI simply collect the amount from bank, or there is some case there is a huge amount, surplus amount is circulating in the country. So what RBI has done, RBI simply increased the repo rate. Then what public will do, public will take less loan and public will deposit more money to bank, because bank will give more interest. So public will deposit more money to bank, okay, and take less loan from bank. So as public will deposit more money to bank, so automatically that money will reach to RBI. So RBI, by increasing repo rate, RBI will collect the excess surplus amount circulating from country. Okay, collect the extract the excess surplus amount. Okay, so that is standing deposit facility, and the interest rate is 4.15%. So they will give 4.15% interest to the bank. Okay, so this is the thing. So this is the news that RBI increased the repo rate from 4% to 4.44%. Okay, now come to consumer price index. What is consumer price? There is two way we can calculate inflation. One is consumer price index, one is wholesale price index. In India, the Union government primarily follows consumer price index to calculate inflation. Okay, so from the name consumer price index and wholesale price index, you can assume that what is consumer price index is the total value, the total value of purchase of goods and service by the public, by the consumer, was known as consumer price index. Okay, so the increase of total purchase value of consumer is known as consumer price index, and increase in total value of product sale by a wholesaler is called as wholesale price index. So consumer price index is total purchase of product, and wholesale price index is total sale by a wholesaler. Okay, that is consumer price and wholesale price index. So wholesale price index is a measure of the average change in the price of goods at a wholesale level or in the wholesale market. Okay, consumer price index is another price index that calculate price changes of goods and services that a consumer has to pay for consuming a basket of goods. So consumer price index is paid by consumer, wholesale price index is sold by the wholesaler. So published by Office of the Economic Advisor publish wholesale price index, and CSO, very important, Central Statistics Office published consumer price index. Now stage involved, it measures the initial or first stage of a transaction, it is the final or last stage of a transaction. Obviously wholesale is the initial first stage of a transaction, and consumer is the last stage of a transaction. Scope, it covers only goods, because in a wholesale only goods can be sold. It covers goods and services, because a consumer, end consumer, the public can consume both goods as well as service. As it covers only goods, that's why it is not taken primarily to measure the inflation of India by the Union government. Now area of focus, it focus on goods that are traded only between wholesaler and business, and in consumer focus on goods that are being purchased by the consumer. Okay, now reference here is financial years, and it is used calendar years. So this is the thing related to the topic. Move to next point. President has no role to play in Perarivalan's plea, says SC. What is the news? So AG Perarivalan, who was arrested in June 1991, convicted for the assassination of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, was released on bail by the top court on March 9 this year. So this man is accused in connection with killing of our Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, Mr. AG Perarivalan. Okay, so he was arrested since June 1991, more than 30 years ago. Okay, and recently he was released on bail on March 9. Okay, by the top court, means by the Supreme Court. Now what is the case is, he submitted a mercy plea under Article 161. What is Article 161? Mercy by governor of a state. Governor of a state can give mercy to a prisoner, okay, from further punishment. So to the Tamil Nadu governor on December 30, 2015. So in 2015 he submitted his mercy plea, and had approached the top court in 2016 over the delay to decide his clemency. So 1 year after he moves to top court, that governor is very late to decide whether he will give mercy or not. Now, though the Tamil Nadu government recommended for his release in September 2018. So in September 2018, Tamil Nadu government in his state assembly recommended that they should recommended for his release in 2018. So Supreme Court noticed that the state cabinet of Tamil Nadu already recommended for his release in September 2018, but governor, after a gap of more than 3 years, decided on January 25, 2020 to refer the matter to the president, who is the competent authority to take a call on the mercy plea. So this is the cause the Supreme Court get anger. Supreme Court show that in 2050 he submit his mercy plea to governor. Then 2060 he moves to Supreme Court on the delay of this mercy plea. Then 2018 the state cabinet approved the release of this prisoner, Mr. A.G. Perarivalan. But after 3 years, means from 2018 to until this date, what governor has done now recently, what governor has done, governor refer to the matter to the president. On January 25, 2021, nearly 3 years later, governor referred the matter to the president. This is the thing the Supreme Court get angry. Why Supreme Court get angry? Because already state cabinet approved about the release on 2018. So governor needs 3 years only to refer the matter to the president. This is the thing. Finding this decision of the governor contrary to the constitution, a bench Justice L. Nageshwar Rao and B.R. Gavani said governor has no power to independently decide and refer the matter to president while exercising power under Article 161 dealing with governor's power to grant pardon. He is bound by the decision of the State Council of Ministers. So Supreme Court is telling the language of constitution, and what constitution is saying, that governor may pardon someone, government may give mercy to someone, but governor cannot decide himself whether he will refer this matter to president or not, because all the state cabinet already recommended for release. Then why governor is not agreed with the state cabinet? This is against constitution, because the Article 161 is dealing with governor's power to grant pardon, and it is totally with the discussion of the state cabinet. He is bound by the decision of the State Council of Ministers. So the governor is going against the state. Okay. Now also Article 74, Council of Ministers to aid and advise the President. Article 163, Council of Ministers to aid and advise Governor. So Article 163 is saying that Governor of any state will decide any matter after taking advice from Council of Ministers. Okay, so without advice of Council of Ministers, Governor cannot do anything, okay, in his own right. This is the thing. This will be setting a very bad precedent, striking at the very roots of federal setup in our country. If your argument is accepted, then every time cabinet refers to governor and the governor disagree, he will refer to president, the bench observed. So this is not the way a democratic country will run. Okay, so what the cabinet has decided, you have to be agree with that. Okay. Now a related news with this is Justice J.S. Verma Commission was formed to look into security lapses that contributed to Rajiv Gandhi killing. So which commission formed to look after Rajiv Gandhi killing? Justice J.S. Verma Commission. Next news is this from a tiger reserve of Annamalai Tiger Reserves in Tamil Nadu. This photo of fireflies. So these are the tiger population statewise of our country. Highest is 526 in Madhya Pradesh, total 526 number tiger present at Madhya Pradesh in different tiger reserves. Then Uttarakhand has 442. Then Maharashtra has 312. Karnataka has 524. Then Tamil Nadu has 264, and as well as other state has also tiger reserves. Okay, so deep color shows more than 500. Total tiger population of India is currently 2967. Now here are the important tiger reserves of our country: Bandipur in Karnataka, Corbett in Uttarakhand, Kanha in Madhya Pradesh, Manas in Assam, Melghat in Maharashtra, Palamau in Jharkhand, Ranthambore in Rajasthan, Simlipal in Odisha, Sundarban in West Bengal, Periyar in Kerala, Sariska in Rajasthan, Boxa in West Bengal, Indravati in Chhattisgarh, then Namdafa in Arunachal Pradesh, Dudhwa in Uttar Pradesh, Kalkat, Mundan, Thura in Tamil Nadu, Valmiki in Bihar, Pench in Madhya Pradesh, Tadoba in Maharashtra, Bandhavgarh in Madhya Pradesh, Panna in Madhya Pradesh, Bhadra in Karnataka, Pench in Maharashtra, Satpura in Madhya Pradesh, Annamalai, the photo of the tiger reserve, Annamalai in Tamil Nadu, Satkosya in Orissa, then Kaziranga in Assam, Achanakmar in Chhattisgarh, Mudumala in Tamil Nadu, Nagarhol Karnataka, Parambikulam in Kerala, Sahadri in Maharashtra. Okay, then Biligiri Ranganatho Temple Tiger Reserve in Karnataka, then Sathamangalam in Tamil Nadu, Nagarjuna Sagar in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, then Pilibhit in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, now these three are included in the 2021 latest Srivilliputhur Megamala in Tamil Nadu with 14 number of tiger, Ramgarh Vishdhari in Rajasthan, and Guru Ghasidas National Park and Tamod Pingla Wildlife Sanctuary in Chhattisgarh. These three are latest. And out of these, which tiger reserve the highest population of tiger? That is Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand, highest number 215. Okay. And which state has the most tiger reserve? Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh has Kanha. Then Madhya Pradesh. Then again Madhya Pradesh has Pench. Then Madhya Pradesh has Bandhavgarh. Madhya Pradesh has Panna. Okay, and Madhya Pradesh has Satpura. So many tiger reserve present in Madhya Pradesh. That's why Madhya Pradesh have the highest tiger population. Move to next topic. Neet exemption bill sent to Home Ministry. So he is the Chief Minister of Telangana, M.K. Stalin. So Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on Wednesday informed that he is the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. He is the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, not Telangana. Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. So M.K. Stalin already informed the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly that Governor Rbi has forwarded the Neet exemption bill to the Union Home Ministry to be sent to the President of India for his assent. So what happened? Tamil Nadu government has passed a bill from their state assembly with 2/3 majority. Okay, and what is the bill? The bill is Neet exemption bill. Okay, and after passing the Neet exemption bill, they will send the bill to governor for his assent. But the governor's duty is to send the bill to president for presidential approval. But governor is not sending. Okay, and he kept the bill for many days. Finally, the governor sent the bill to the union minister to be sent to the President of India. Okay, so earlier Chief Minister MK accused governor not forwarding the Neet exemption bill to the President, despite the State Assembly having unanimously passed the bill was an insult to the people of Tamil Nadu. So what is Neet exemption bill? Neet exemption bill is the Tamil Nadu Assembly passed a bill to dispense with national entrance cum eligibility test and allow admission to medical course based on class 12 marks to ensure social justice. So after passing the bill, there will be no Neet exam in Tamil Nadu. Okay, national entrance cum eligibility test to get admission in medical course. To get admission in medical course, one student have to qualify for this test, national entrance cum eligibility test, Neet test. But now from after passing the bill, what happened? A student who want to pursue a degree in medical, he should not there will be no national entrance cum eligibility test, okay, to get admission in medical college. Rather, he will get admission in medical college based on his class 12 mark, okay, based on his class 12 mark. So which student have good class 12 mark, he may get admission in medical colleges, okay. This is the thing, and they mark it as a ensure social justice. So why they come with this bill? Because some days before, a student was appear for national eligibility cum entrance test hours before he was to appear for the Neet exam. 19-year-old youth belonging to a village Tamil Nadu died by suicide. So in thinking that he will again fail in the exam, okay, the Tamil Nadu boy, 19-year-old boy, in fear from family, from society, in fear, he died by suicide. So after this incident, what Tamil Nadu Assembly done? Tamil Nadu Assembly simply passed a bill that there will be no NIT NEET exam. The student will get admission in medical college through their class 12 mark. Okay. So now, one question from here is, has Tamil Nadu government has the jurisdiction to pass a bill regarding education? This is regarding education. Is education related thing can be controlled by a state? Okay, so we will see the subject. What is union subject, what is state subject, and what is concurrent list. Concurrent subject. Union subject means there is some part of department in which government can make rule. Central government can only make rule. Okay, and there is some part inside the in government where state can only make rule, and there is some part in the government where state and union both can make rule. Okay, so subject under union list, state list, and concurrent list. So subject like defense, army, international relation, port, railway, highway, communication. In this 7 category, only central government can make law. Okay, now state list: public order, police, public health and sanitation, hospitals and dispensary, betting and gambling. In these 5 categories, state can make law. Okay, and there is concurrent list where state and central both can make law. Central will make law for whole in nation, and state also can make law for their state jurisdiction, like education, forest, trade union, marriage, adoption, success. So education falls under concurrent list. So Tamil Nadu government has the right to make law on NIT exam because it is related to education, and this law will only have the jurisdiction in Tamil Nadu state, not the rest of India. So if you move to this website, here is a 7th schedule of constitution of article 246 is about the list, about union list. Okay, then slowly we move to the then list to state list, and after that concurrent list. Okay, concurrent list. So concurrent list, education, okay, including technical education, medical education, and university such subject to provision. Okay, vocational and technical training of labor all comes under state subject. Okay, now move to next topic. Policyholders bid at LIC IPO reaches 1.9 times. So we all know that LIC is selling their some stakes. Okay, and the purchase of that stakes are going on. Okay, so the LIC IPO run from May 4th to May 9. It will be May 9. Okay, so May 4th to May 9. Within these 6 days, any public can purchase share of LIC. Okay, so LIC is selling their share. So the price band of LIC IPO has been fixed at rupees 902 to 949, means price of one share is 902 to 949 rupees per share, and the government aims to raise over 21,000 crore by selling over 22.13 crore, means government target is to raise 21,000 crore and price of one share is 902 to 949. So what are the number of share government will sell? That is 21,000 crore divided by this, it will give 22.13 crore share. Government will sell 22.13 crore share, okay, in 6 days from May 4 to May 9, or 3.5% of its stake. The total value of 100% share is 6 lakh crore. So total value of share of LIC is 6 lakh crore. Out of 6 lakh crore, government is only sell 3.5%, means 3.5% of 6 lakh crores calculate as 21,000 crore. So government out of 6 lakh crore, government is selling only 3.5%, means 21,000 crore, and for that government has to sell 22.13 crore share. Okay. Now LIC public offer, this is known as LIC public offer, IPO, India's biggest ever IPO. So what is the India's biggest ever IPO? LIC public offer. So the policyholder portion being oversubscribed on the first day itself on Wednesday, though the overall subscription was just 0.66%. Now the policyholders was subscribed 1.9 times, while that for employees was fully bid for on the first day data on the BSE show. So what are they saying? They are saying that the policyholder means already who has LIC policy, already like me, I have a LIC policy. So the policyholder is the first who is buying the share of LIC. So subscribed by 1.9 times. The policyholder was the portion reserved for policyholder was subscribed by 1.9 times, means out of total 21,000 crore, maybe some portion means out of this 3.5% of share, maybe 1% share is reserved for policyholder, means policyholder can purchase that 1% share. Maybe 1% share is reserved for the employee of the LIC, and rest 1.5% share is made for public. Okay, so this is the I'm not sure, this may be the division. Okay, for an example, so 1.5% of 21,000 crore is 6,000 crore. So 6,000 crore will be generated by purchasing by the policyholder. So already 1.9 times, means 1.9 times of 6,000 crore achieved on the first day on May 4. Okay. Now, however, demand from qualified institutional buyer and non-institutional investor was muted. So institutional buyer and non-institutional investor still not purchase any share. Okay, so minimum part, if you want to purchase, minimum you have to purchase 15 share, one lot of rupees 13,530. Okay, now so total 15 share has a cost of 13,560. So one share cost 13,530 by 15, it comes nearly this value 902 to 949. Okay, now regular public and employee of LIC has a discount of 45, that is 904 per share, means actual the value of share is 949. Okay, 949, but for regular public and employee of LIC there is a 45 rupees discount, and for policyholder there is a 60 rupees discount, 1889. Okay, if we move this website, okay, so through this website you can purchase LIC IPO. Okay, so bidding date from May 4 to 9 May, minimum investment 13,530, lot size 15, price range 902 to 949, issue size 21,000 crore. Okay, so if you go here, regular policyholder employee, so if you go to regular, here is written offered at rupees 45 discounted per rate. Okay, so 905, you have to minimum you have to purchase 15 share at a cost of 13,560, and if you go to policy holder, it will become 889, 60 rupees discount. Okay, and again for employee, again 904, means 45 rupees discount. So if you want to purchase the share of LIC, then you can purchase right now, because the offer will valid only up to May 9. Okay, move to next topic, that is a health related topic. Kerala seeks to contain Shigella spread. So what is Shigella? Shigella is a new bacteria. Health department has decided to conduct further test in the case of Shigella soni bacteria. So this is the Shigella soni bacteria, very dangerous. It caused what? Food poisoning. It is responsible for food poisoning, which are found to have caused food poisoning in people who had shawarma and water from a eatery at Charuvetur in Kerala, Kasaragod district. So eatery means a restaurant who is selling shawarma. Shawarma is a junk food, consists of chicken, consists of meat. Okay, so an eatery who is selling shawarma, after consuming shawarma from an eatery, the consumer was diseased with this Shigella sonic bacteria. Okay, food poisoning. Devananda 16, who fell sick and died after having shawarma, was killed by Shigella infection caused by a bacteria of the same name, said Kasaragod district. So the name of disease is Shigella, and the bacteria responsible is also known as Shigella bacteria. Okay, now what is the new step? A division bench of Kerala High Court on Wednesday registered a suo motu case in connection with the recent food poisoning incident in Kasaragod, which claimed the life of a student and led to hospitalization of many others. Nearly 50 others have admitted in hospital with this food poisoning, okay, caused by this Shigella bacteria. The Kerala High Court has started suo motu inquiry. Suo motu inquiry means the inquiry totally done by the court, not any involvement of government. Okay, now next is some data is given here. I am telling you, this is the rank of India in freedom of press index. Okay, so it dropped to 150. The chart shows the ranking of 180 countries in 2022 press freedom index. India has been ranked 150 countries ranked lower than India, including Sudan 151, Russia, Pakistan, Bangladesh and China. So India, the press freedom in India is not good. Okay, India rank 150, and who is the top rank? Norway hold rank 1. Means there is a complete freedom of press. There is no political pressure on press. So Norway is far in top in other categories also. Okay, like the human development index, that is also Norway ranked first. Okay, and in this category, the freedom press index, Norway also ranked first. Now this graph is showing here. The chart shows India's ranking across various categories. So how the 150 calculated through the average of this all 5 category. Okay, first is economic contest, India rank 149, then legislative framework 120, then political context 145, then safety of journalism 160, then socio cultural contest 127. So averaging all these 5 factors, overall is 150. So India ranked 150. So what is economic contest in related to freedom of press? So economic means economic constraints linked to government policies. So government may have some policies through which it can economically weak a certain media. Then they can provide legal sanction on some media So these are the economic context. Okay, there may be some policy of government which prevent to publish some certain news by the media. Then legislature framework. What is legislature framework? So the rank in legislature framework is quite good, 120. Okay, so legislature framework is the degree to which journalists and media are free to work without censorship and judicial sanction. Okay, so there will be no law, there will be no judicial sanction. Okay, the ability to access information without discrimination and ability to protect sources. Then political contest. We all know political contest, political pressure, the degree of support and respect for media autonomy, political pressure from the state or from other political actors. Okay, and then safety of journalists. This is the place where India has the worst rank, 163. There is no safety of journalists. Journalists can be beaten, journalists can be killed at any place. Okay, there is no safety. There is no police force with the journalist. Okay, the journalist is very vulnerable. And finally, socio-culture contest 127. What is socio-culture? Social constraints resulting from denigration and attacks on the press based on such issues as gender, class, ethnicity and religion. Cultural constraint including pressure on journalists not to question certain bastions of power or influence or not cover certain issues. So there are some issues that the media cannot publish, that like identification of a woman. Okay, so these are the thing regarding socio-cultural context, rank 127. So always India has shows poor ranking in freedom of press. In 2000, before 2005, India ranked 127 and currently India goes to 150. Okay, if you move to this website, and this data is published by this Reporter Without Border. This media publication publish this data, and if you move to their website, Reporters Without Border, and this is 2022 World Press Freedom Index. Move to this page. Okay, so they have shown all the country wise press freedom index. So India is ranked 150, whereas in 2021 India ranked 142. So India increase in ranking means the freedom of press reducing. Then if you move to China is 175. Then move to Pakistan is 157 behind India. Then if you move to Russia is 155, again behind India. Then if you move to United States 42. Okay, then move to Brazil has 110. And what is the rank 1 country? Norway. So where is Norway? This is Norway is ranked 1. Okay, so Norway is ranked 1. So if you move to India, just go to India, 150. In India, you can say that political indicator rank 145, economic indicator 149, legislative indicator 120, social indicator 127, security indicator 160. So based on this 5 category, finally the 150 rank is calculated. Okay. So United Nations has declared some prize for world press freedom. Okay, for press freedom United Nations has declared some prize, and United Nations declared May 3 as a World Press Freedom Day. Now what are the prize? Guillermo Cano World Press Freedom Prize. Okay, created in 1997, honors a person, organize an institution that has made outstanding contribution to the defense or promotion of press freedom. Prize money is $25,000. Okay, and given the award on the day of May 3. Okay, that is on the World Press Freedom Day. And similar type of another and 2021 the winner is Maria Ressa from Philippines. Similar types of very popular award is Pulitzer Prize. So Pulitzer Prize is an award from achievement in newspaper, magazines, online journalism, literature. music composition within United States. So you have to work within United States, okay, or you have to be an employee of a media who has an office in United States given by Columbia universities, okay. Now prize is 15,000 US dollar and gold medal. Now last time in 2020 this three person Dar Yashin, Mukhtar Khan and Chania Anand wins the Pulitzer Prize in the category of Associated Press Photographer. Okay, so one of the most important Associated Press photographer. Okay, so what they actually pictured, captured during communication blackout in Kashmir, depicting life in the contest territory as India stripped of its semi-autonomy. So their total work based on Kashmir issue, okay, the protest, the stone pelting in Kashmir, okay, then the movement of military in Kashmir, about all of this was captured by him, and in due to that they won the Pulitzer Prize Award in 2020. Okay, so these are the picture taken by them. If you want to get more picture, move to this website. So these are the picture taken by the three photographer. AP photographers win 2020 Pulitzer Prize for feature photography. Okay, so these are the picture. These are the pictures. These are the picture. Very clear picture, digital picture taken by them. This is a sign of bullet. So military rule curfew on the streets of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, very horrible photography. Okay, move to next topic. The status of GST compensation dues. What is this news? Now, at a meeting with Chief Minister last week, Prime Minister Modi said that several non-BJP ruled states had failed to cut taxes on fuel products whose prices have surged sharply since March, and urged them to do so in the interest of giving relief to the people facing high inflation. So, in the last virtual meeting with Chief Minister, Narendra Modi ordered some chief ministers, especially the chief minister of non-BJP ruled state, ordered or advised the chief minister to cut the petrol price. Cut the petrol price means cut the value-added tax applied by state. Okay, because already central already reduced their cess on the fuel. And now the central is advising state to reduce their VAT so that the overall price of petrol will reduce, fuel will reduce. Okay, and which state? Refer West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Kerala, Telangana, Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh. These are the special states who are still not reduced their VAT and collecting more revenue from the public. Now West Bengal and Tamil Nadu said they have already reduced their VAT once, means previously 1 year, 2 years before they already reduced their VAT. Okay, and Maharashtra and Kerala said that state resource constrained and pending dues from center. So they have constrained resource, they have not so much resource from where they can generate revenue. Okay, and there is also some dues pending from the government, central government. And what Mamata Banerjee admission told, that they levies petrol diesel will be possible. Levies means cutting down VAT on petrol diesel will be possible if center clears the outstanding dues of over 97,000 crore, which includes compensation for implementing the goods and service tax. So what Mamata Banerjee told, that there is a dues of 97,000 crore from center, and out of that amount maximum amount is regarding GST compensation. So this is our topic, GST compensation dues. Okay, so what is GST compensation? I am telling you, GST compensation is when center regulate GST in 2017, center told state that they start applying GST. Okay, and in the premier stage, in the primary stage of applying GST without any knowledge, the state may have to face some losses in revenue. Okay, because state have no knowledge, no experience in implementation of GST. So after implementation GST, initially state may face some revenue losses. Okay, now the center committed the state that they will compensate the loss up to 5 years from 2017 to 2022. Okay, and after that the state will be habituated and there will be no loss of GST. Okay, so this is the thing. So the center had committed to compensate state for any revenue loss on account of the transition of GST, which was rolled out in 2017 for a period of 5 years ending in 2022. But some state is claiming more GST compensation. Okay, some state is claiming that they are still facing losses due to GST implementation. So compensate us for another 5 years. Okay, like West Bengal, like Andhra Pradesh. Again, many states demand to extend GST compensation should be extended for another 5 years up to 2027. Now there is already a due in GST compensation. The central has not completely cleared the GST compensation dues to state. There is still a due. The finance ministry said that the outstanding GST compensation dues to state for 2021-22 stood 78,704 crore. So these are the amount dues which will be paid to the state as a GST compensation. So okay, so the government, central government has to pay this amount to the state, and that's why the state is claiming that they will not cut their VAT because central is not paying their dues. Okay, now another thing is reported by SBI, State Bank of India, that state must cut freebies, rejig spending. Freebies means the free thing, means free electricity will be free. If you vote us, then electricity will be free. If you vote us, then I will send money to your bank account. This is the freebies. So state must cut freebies. Several states are spending high amounts on populist schemes such as farm loan waiver, and with the GST compensation from the center ending in June, they need to reprioritize expenditure in accordance with the revenue received, according to a report of State Bank of India. So State Bank of India urges the state government that do not spend so much beyond your limit, because GST compensation will end in this year 2022 in June. So after that you have to rethink about your spending, about your freebies. It may be noted that some states had been demanding an extension of GST compensation scheme for 5 years more, while they themselves had been spending on economically unsustainable freebies. So before claiming GST compensation for another 5 years, first you cut the freebies. Okay, unsustainable freebies. Okay, then you will claim the GST compensation. This is reported by the State Bank of India. Okay, move to next topic. J&K delimitation panel award likely to be notified today. Okay, so there is a panel called as delimitation panel. So what is delimitation panel? I will tell you. Then I will tell you it is the relation between Jammu and Kashmir with this delimitation panel. Okay, so what is delimitation panel? Delimitation Commission or Boundary Commission of India is a commission established by the Government of India under the provision of the Delimitation Commission Act. The main task of the commission is redrawing the boundaries of the various Assembly and Lok Sabha constitution based on recent census. So this, how many MP seats will be in this state, how many MLA seats on this area. Okay, this will be, and what is the border of border boundary of a state, how many MP seats of that state, how many MLA seats of the state, based on the population of the state, Delimitation Commission decided. Again, Delimitation Commission also decide out of this 5 MP seats, how many MP seats are reserved for scheduled caste, how many MP seats reserved for female candidate. Okay, that is also governed by the Delimitation Committee. The representation from each state is not changed during the exercise. However, the number of SC/ST seats in a state are changed in accordance with the census. So already determined number of MP seats and MLA seats will not change. Okay, so India has a 523 number of MP seats, that is final, that will not change, but number of SC/ST female states will be changed according as per the Delimitation Commission report. The present delimitation of constituency has been done on the basis of 2001 census. Now the commission is powerful and independent body whose order cannot be challenged in any court of law. The order are laid before Lok Sabha and the respective state legislative assembly. However, modification are not permitted. Headquartered in New Delhi. So the Delimitation Commission function is to redraw state boundary, find number of MP seats or number of MLA seats, and reserve seats for SC/ST and female. Okay, so what Delimitation Commission is doing in Jammu and Kashmir, after over 2 years since it was appointed, when it was appointed after 2 years, 2 years means maybe after dissolving the article 370 from Jammu and Kashmir in 2019, then the Delimitation Commission was appointed in the Jammu and Kashmir, likely to make its award public on Thursday. So they are going to publish their report on Thursday according to official award. The number of constituency and their boundary is likely to be made public through a gazette notification on Thursday. So government is thinking about an election in Jammu and Kashmir. So they need, currently Jammu and Kashmir is an union territory. So to start election for chief minister, there should be their number of MP seats, number of MLA seats should be there. That's why the Delimitation Commission moved to Jammu and Kashmir to find how many MP or how many MLA should be there. The completion of the delimitation exercise would pave the way for election in Jammu and Kashmir, the first election since the erstwhile state was split into 2 union territories, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, 2 union territories, and its special status under Article 370 of the Constitution withdrawn in August 2019. Okay, so this is the news. Move to next news about Ladakh Union Territory. Highest sex ratio at birth in Ladakh. So Civil Registration System report. Okay, Civil Registration System report published the sex ratio of each states and union territory of our country. So if you move their website, it is written here highest sex ratio at birth in Ladakh. So this is Birth and Death Registration Office of the Registrar General and Censor Commissioner India. So if you go to their annual reports on civil registration system, they have published annual reports on vital statistics of India based on civil registration system 2020 report. This report is 2020 report. Okay. Vital statistics of India based on the civil registration system 2020. Last time they published the report in 2020. Now statement 18, sex ratio at birth based on registration 2020, page 46. This is sex ratio at birth. Okay, so as state wise they have given the state sex ratio. So they are saying that Ladakh sex ratio is 1104, means female are more than men in birth at the time of birth. Ladakh is highest 1104 sex ratio. followed by Arunachal Pradesh also have 1011 sex ratio, very good. Okay, and which state has the least state ratio? That is Manipur, 880, very less, very dangerous situation in Manipur. Okay, also Gujarat 909, not good. Okay, then Lakshadweep 957, that is all not good. Okay, so Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh has the highest sex ratio, and Manipur 880 has the lowest sex ratio. Okay. Move to next topic. Amazon doubles India cumulative export target. What is this news? E-commerce giant Amazon on Wednesday said it is doubling the target for cumulative export by Indian exporters to $20 billion by 2025 via its platform. Okay, means that Amazon will sell Indian product, means make in India product through their website in other countries as well as export means in other countries. So Amazon will sell make in India product to other country through their website at a value of $20 billion by 2025. So this is their target. So up to 2025 the total value of export will be $20 billion. Okay, they have doubled. Previously it was $10 billion and now they have doubled their target to $20 billion. The US headquartered firm, the Amazon headquarters is in US. Founder and CEO Jeff Bezos had in January 2020 announced the firm would enable cumulative export of 10 billion worth make in India goods by 2025. So previously Jeff Bezos announced that they will export make in India good of $10 billion up to 2025, but now they have announced in 2020, but now after 2 years in 2022 they have increased their target up and it is become $20 billion. Very good. Okay, so this is the total topic covered by me today. If you have any query, please ask me or text me in this number. Okay friend, if you like my analysis, please subscribe and like my channel. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you.